Hey peeps, what's going on? It's Josh. And do you want to talk about this?
I might chime in.
And Maggie.
I probably will chime in, let's be honest.
So, I just read some stuff on Facebook about preferred pronouns. This video is going to be about trans talk, so just so you know what to expect. I'm actually going to put the rice up here, and I'm going to put the phone there, and I don't have to hold it now. Boom. So, would you prefer that I give you the ketchup or the mustard for your hot dog? So, there are some individuals in the trans community that I believe are going so far, and I don't understand why, but I can only speak for myself, and Maggie can only speak for herself, and we can only speak for us. But
Maggie's not trans, just the experience of being with a trans person.
right.
That's all I have to contribute.
Yeah, but okay, so when somebody comes up to me and says, what do you prefer I call you? Or what pronouns do you prefer? Here's what goes through my head. Wow, you're pretty fucking rad.
See, that's why it made me mad. It's because, like, if a cis person or whoever, it doesn't even have to be a cis person, anyone is asking you that, it's typically a sign of respect.
Exactly.
It's not being rude. It's not a cis thing that they're, like, because that's what they said was, like, dear cis people, like, don't say this or whatever. And it's like, but if I'm asking you, that's a sign of respect. It's not being rude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to call you by the thing that you would prefer, like, that you see as your judge. Like, you know what I mean?
And the argument that this young lady made was that if you ask me what my preferred pronouns are, it intimates that I was never that, I was never that gender, and that I just prefer that you call me this. Well, I'm sorry if this is an unpopular belief, but I was born in a female body. Meaning at birth, I was medically assigned female as a gender. Whether that's right or wrong, it's what is. And when people look at you, and depending on where you are in your journey, if they ask this question, so here's the deal, trans people, my fellow people, my lovelies, you gotta fucking take it a little easy with people, okay? When our society has individuals who are trying, they may not get it 100%. They may still slip up and call you he or she, and that's not right. But if they're trying, don't slap someone in the face for trying. Don't sit there and say, well, actually, I don't want you to say this, and me. What? If you have individuals that are basically trying, and they're asking you questions so that they can understand, number one, I say a lot of times, if you're asking questions, you're not coming from a place of blind hatred. And that means you're okay with me. As long as you don't ask me what's in my pants. Because that particularly bothers me. Because unless you're fucking me, you don't need to know what's in my pants. I'm sorry to be graphic, but that's just the reality. And none of y'all are fucking me, unless Maggie's watching this back.
Babe.
What? I'm just saying, y'all don't need to know that. So, that was meant to be funny. But, anyway. So, are you blushing?
No.
Are you annoyed?
No, that was just really awkward.
Why?
I get the sentiment, and you're right.
I keep it real. And they know this. Peter's got a ball.
And it squeaks.
It does squeak. Marvin has no balls.
I think it annoyed me because I'm pretty sure the person who posted the comment isn't trans. So, like...
Okay.
And I don't know her experience with anything, but it just was annoying to me.
Regardless of whether she's trans or not, I think that there needs to be... So Mom has this habit of saying to me, you need to treat yourself and others with a measure of grace. And turning around and if somebody walks up to me and says, I just wanted to ask you what your preferred pronouns are, I'm not going to be like, damn you, how dare you say preferred, because it's not a preference, this is who I am, and I was born this way, and go off on a Lady Gaga rant.
People be taking it too far.
You're taking it too far in that instance, in my opinion. You're taking it too far because you've got people that are trying, and you're not being gracious about it. And there are some people that are going to say, why do we need them to be gracious? We have the right to exist, blah, 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 blah. Sure, okay, but think back to any great change that's happened in our nation's history. Let's go to slavery, okay? When they were freed, as they should have been, they didn't turn around and then, see, I want to be careful because I know I have white privilege. I have it. And so I don't want to offend anyone by going to slavery. But it's the one that I think of because sorry, Katie, you're calling, but I'm in the middle of a video and I will call you back. So I don't want to talk about what I don't know about. So I want to pause that and not say that. Or I said it, but I want to take it back. And I'm sorry if it offended anyone, because that's not my intention. But, go, go, because you might have a...
Well, I wasn't going to talk about slavery or anything, but I was going to say, back on the subject of grace,
we got
everyone did not start off passing, you know? Even if you feel like you're a male, but you were born female, or you are female, but you were born, whatever, it doesn't matter. You didn't start off passing as the gender that you present as now. And I think that in that time when you were transitioning, you want grace from people, right? Like, you want them to be kind to you and not hateful. And so I think that if you want that from other people, it seems to me that if someone's trying and they're honestly just trying to, you know, actually provide you that grace because they're being kind to you and asking what are your preferred pronouns, you should have the grace to, you know, not get upset and just simply tell them and, you know, educate them and be kind to them. Because if someone's asking a question like that, is actually pretty educated. Like, that means that they kind of know something. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna say something that's gonna come off really harsh here, and I honestly don't care to a certain degree. And here's what I'm gonna say.
Did I say something wrong?
No, not at all. You were fine. Not at all. But I'm actually a little irritated because there are parts of our country where trans folk are being beaten and killed for being who we are, and you're fucking worried about the word preferred, and that's just kind of dumb, in my opinion. So stop being such a special little fucking snowflake, being so sensitive that you can't even look at someone who's trying and be like, grateful for that. You're not coming from a place of gratitude, and you're making some of us look bad. You might not like hearing that.
Now Caitlin's calling.
Now Caitlin's calling. Sorry, Caitlin, we're recording. It's going to have to wait for a minute because this is important. Not that you're not important, but we're in the middle of it, so I will call you in just a moment. And I'm hoping that everybody's okay, but so yeah, when you sit there and you put out a tweet and you say, wow, I need you to remove this from your vocabulary. Do you know how egotistical, how self-centered, and how self-righteous you sound? And do you know that you make the rest of our community, by association with what you're saying, you make the rest of us look goofy? Okay. So I'm fortunate enough to have people in my life who are respectful and kind and loving, and they ask me questions because they want to understand. They may not word things in the right way. They may slip up with my gender sometimes, like call me she instead of he. That may be a thing that happens. I promise you, you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. If you turn around and say to someone, I can't believe you used the word preferred. I don't like that. Don't do that. Or you're strong and defensive about it, we can't go back. We can't go back. You can't. We need to build bridges, not burn them. Okay?
She also said you should take journey out of your vocabulary in regards to trans people. Why? This is a journey, isn't it? Or am I wrong?
We're all on a journey. And I don't think that's okay, there are certain things that are easily relatable. Okay? Journey is one of them. Because every motherfucker on this earth is on a journey. Okay? All of us. For different reasons and in different ways and different origins and different destinations and different pit stops along the way. We're all on journeys. And if you take away a word that unifies us, you're kind of shooting off your nose to spite your face, in my opinion. This is all my opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody got them, and they're not all pretty. But it is what it is. And I think I do make quite a bit of sense when I talk about how to relate to people. And you can't, if you continue to isolate yourself, the people that interact with you are going to feel isolated from the trans community. Because whoever you interact with, you're an ambassador for the rest of us.
Yep.
And unless they come across someone like me after they come across you, they're going to be left with what you said. And I don't like that. So just like you say, remove certain words from our vocabulary, I say keep them. Which one of us matters more? Neither. So that's why we shouldn't have blanket statements like this. We shouldn't have somebody saying, well, I'm going to need all cis people to do X, Y, Z. Number one, step down off your soapbox, sweetie, because you're not that important. Number two, you don't speak for all of us, nor should you. And number three, I am on a journey. And just for all of my peeps that watch this, you can say journey whenever the fuck you want, especially if you're going to sing it in karaoke. You can ask me what my preferred pronouns are. They are he and him and awesome. Oh wait, that's not a pronoun, that's just a fact.
It's an adjective.
Also a fact. Thoughts? What else do you need to say? Babe?
I think that's it.
Come on. No, come on. I had to get some of it out, so now it's your turn.
No, I mean, I think I said what I said my thoughts. I just feel like that if someone is asking you preferred pronouns, they're not being rude or anything, and you should be kind back to them because they're trying to, give you what you want and trying to make you comfortable, So it's just, I'm obviously not trans, but to me, it just seems like there's nothing wrong with asking someone that. I mean, I don't get it.
What would you do if you went to another country and you saw someone and you didn't know what they were?
In India, it's very common for...
What do you speak? What's your preferred language?
And actually China, too, I think. Oh, well, gender, I was going to say, but...
What's your preferred language? Habla español? Should I be offended because you didn't assume I speak English? Right, bottom. Hey! Should I be offended that you didn't assume that I spoke English? That's just silly. Am I making sense?
Yes, I think you make lots of sense.
I think you make dollars.
You're funny. That post. No.
I'm showing Marvin.
I was like, I don't even know what I look like right now.
You look beautiful.
I put my hair up to eat lunch because this was that serious.
Me too. I always put my hair up to eat lunch.
The post just irritated me, and the fact that people are sharing it, that doesn't irritate me.
Look at this fool.
That they're sharing it, but That just means that, like...
More people are seeing
more
that
people are gonna
stupidness.
see
Yeah. More people are seeing that dumb tomfoolery. And that's not what
just
we
makes
need to
me
be
mad
spreading. It's the wrong message.
Honestly, like, how many times would you wish someone asked you your preferred pronouns instead of wrongly assuming?
Because people see me and I'm not on hormones yet, so they assume lesbian. They assume Saturday at Homo Depot, dykes on ice. That's what they see when
We're asking... No.
What?
We're asking for Home Depot gift cards. I mean, I'm just saying.
Home Depot is rad. I'm just making jokes to, like, lighten it because, honestly, I think that this individual is taking things entirely too seriously. You're not that important. There are people in this country that are getting killed for trying to take a piss. I was one of them. I almost got my ass beat, and they didn't want to stop there. So don't fucking tell me that it's so important that we don't say the word preferred before pronouns, because you're dumb. Okay, you're not dumb. I'm sorry I said that. But the way that you're acting, to me, in my opinion, seems dumb.
And we're talking about the person who originally posted this post, not the commenters on the thread I commented on.
Although some of them...
Yeah, some of them too, but, like...
Some of them were ringing in, and it didn't make a damn bit of sense.
That's not who we're specifically talking about.
I just don't like... Okay, if this individual... I'm chewing with my mouth full. If they had said, this goes for me, this is what I want...
Yeah.
Can you...
Right. If this goes for me, like, that would be okay. But don't speak for the whole trans community.
Yeah, if she had said, you know, guys, when you're interacting with me, please do this. Or, when you say preferred, it bothers me, and that's my own hang-up. Can you not say that to me? But don't say something for the whole community. Ew. Ew. Entitled. Young. You make yourself look young when you do that.
I want to go look at her Twitter now and be like, who are you?
No, you make yourself look young. You make yourself look narcissistic. You make yourself look young.
What did you think about the other things she said to take out your vocabulary? Did you read the whole thing?
Journey.
No, but there was like a few other things.
Oh.
I guess I could see the born in the wrong body. I guess I could see that.
Well, I can't really see it because I feel like I was.
Isn't that the easiest way to explain it to people?
Yeah, it's so when you're giving examples of something and you give a metaphor. Metaphor, is that the right word I'm thinking of? You're not going to be able to say exactly how something is potentially, or you would use the original definition. But when you're trying to explain it in a way that somebody else could potentially understand, then, you know, like if I'm talking to a cis female and I'm like, it'd be like if you were born with a wang and you still feel exactly how you feel right now, but you had a wang. You had, you know, dangly bits instead of a nice tuck and roll. That, you know.
What? Oh my god, you're a mess.
I'm just saying that's how I would explain it. Born in the wrong body is completely logical to me and it makes sense. And it's okay to say that. My trainer was known to, and this is how she came to understand trans folks. She was like, y'all are just God's fart factory. Like, fart in God's factory or something. Like, there was a hiccup. You're just different. And that's okay. If I had been born in a male body, I would have been pretty darn happy. So that means that the body that I have right now is not exactly the right one for me. Which is why there's a discrepancy between my birth gender and the gender that, and my, see, now even I'm being careful. I'm a dude, but I'm in a female body. And that's different, and many people don't understand it, and it's confusing. And if we make it harder than it needs to be for people to ask us questions, isn't that going in the opposite direction?
Oh my god. So I just reread. So the person who posted on Facebook, not the person whose post I commented on, but the person who like posted the Twitter comment on Facebook originally, said these terms are condescending and annoying.
For you. Because for me, I found your post to be condescending and annoying. So it just goes to show that you voiced your opinion. Not fact and not the opinion of the entire trans community. Am I right? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Anything else?
No.
Because most of you that are watching this, unless you find it because you were searching for preferred pronouns, if you're one of the peeps, then you already know this shit. Because we've had conversations about it, haven't we? I've talked to you about it. I'm open. And this is what happens when you have an open dialogue. Yeah, I still have people that are unfamiliar that show up and they come through and use the wrong pronouns. And I politely ask them to use male pronouns, please. Or they come through and they say the wrong thing and I might get, my feelings might get a little hurt, but we talk about it and then we're good. Hey! Stop!
The bad thing about a motel room is
noise.
There's a lot of things.
I don't know what roller coaster keeps going by every 5 minutes.
It's the housekeeping card, isn't it?
What? How much house do they have to keep?
Well, we're room 177, and there's a whole nother building over there, so, and they have to go to the second floor, so I guess there's probably a lot of house to keep.
Well, I wish they'd keep it away from our door.
Babe, feeling feisty today.
Yeah. So that's it. I'm done with you.
So on the trans thing, the reason Katie and Caitlin were calling is to ask you a question about your newspaper article. They said you can wait till you're done. I don't know.
Did you hear that loudspeaker announcement?
Yeah. I didn't hear what they said, though.
I officially feel like I'm in a dorm.
Do they have loudspeakers in dorms?
I didn't go to college. I don't know.
I didn't go to that kind of college, so I don't know.
I wasn't smart enough for college. I just stayed my ass at Starbucks.
You are very smart.
Thank you. All right, so... Rant over, rage quit, and we're going to go call my sisters and finish eating our Indian food.
Yeah, so if you see that janky bowl, we forgot that our plates and everything were in the truck. And so the food got here and we were like, we don't have anything to put on. So we improvised.
I regret nothing. Is that it?
I can't wait to get the truck back.
If you already knew all of this, sorry for the rant, but also not sorry for the rant because if you don't speak up, then you're agreeing with the fodder of the rest.
Well, and the thing is, if there's people who watch our videos who, like, we have some new subscribers or even old ones who, you know, don't deal with trans people a lot, if they see this kind of video, maybe they'll know better how to treat someone who's trans next time they encounter them, you know?
If I were a cis person and I encountered a trans person and I asked them, what are your preferred pronouns? And they responded the way that this young lady responded, I would be much less likely to be open to understanding them after that point. Yeah. And I ultimately want you guys to understand me.
It's annoying and condescending for someone to pick, what is it called? I can't think of the phrase I'm trying to use.
But you were literally grabbing for it. It was so cute.
To, like, pick apart something, but that's not the phrase.
Pick and choose?
No, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, like, it's condescending and annoying for her to be so, like, I don't know. I feel like
splitting hairs.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't the phrase I was looking for, but that was what I was trying to say. It is basically she's splitting hairs, and
please make it stop.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So if someone sees this video and maybe they didn't, you know,
if you see
there's
me,
truckers who watch these videos, and maybe truckers aren't the most accepting group. No offense, guys. You know, if one of them watched these videos,
actually, I can't speak for other companies, but
no, Jim Palmer's amazing.
Jim Palmer, top notch for accepting and showing all of the love.
I meant trans, like, you know, I mean, sorry, not trans. I meant like, you know,
you mean like the trucking industry, yeah,
in general, is, you know, and that's okay that people don't get it. But if someone watches this video and knows how to treat a trans person the next time they encounter them, because it is more and more common, I think, you know, that's good.
Yeah.
And go ahead, ask someone what their preferred pronouns are. Who cares?
The majority of us
like what
are going to be like, thank you for asking. Thank you for asking.
I feel like we're just repeating ourselves now, but I'm sorry, that post got me a little fired up.
It did. That's why I was like, girl, let me get my phone.
Okay, so I showed him the post, and whoa, all of a sudden you're totally unfocused. What the hell? Oh, there you go. I showed him the post, and I kind of was like, oh, what do you think about this? He didn't even really say anything to me. He just, like, busted out his phone and was like, I'm doing a video.
Hashtag no.
It's just, like, astounding to me.
Okay, time to end this. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day. And,
we are actually having an awesome day. It's not.
No, we are. It's been great. But when you see something that's just really wrong, I'm a firm believer that silence is dangerous. That's why I talk about my feelings, and I talk about my thoughts, and I talk about things, and then I talk, and then for something different, I then go ahead and talk. So, because if you're not talking, how can anybody understand you? And I want to be understood so that we can, you know, keep it 100 here, you know.
All right. Much love.
She said we're done, so much love. Peep out.